Okay. So I really first got interested in blockchain when, from the cybersecurity world, we just have such complete infrastructure issues. So the very nature of the internet is based off of sharing and transparency. Oh, look, someone's coming. Look.
There she is.
Brenda.
Woo woo!
Brenda.
Welcome.
Thank you, darling.
So the idea of, hey, we need to fix the underlying infrastructure on how we communicate really made me fall in love with blockchain, because without replacing how we communicate in the infrastructure and all of the underlying things, we have a real hard time securing and establishing trust. So I look at blockchain as the cybersecurity answer for how do we establish trust in communication and identifying each other.
Okay.
So that made me happy, and so I did. I jumped in.
Julie, what about you?
You know, a friend of mine told me about some cryptocurrency stuff back in 2017. So I listened to him. His nickname was Crypto Rob. That's what we nicknamed him. And he told me about this blockchain Ethereum, told me about it. And so I invested in it, and then I put it on a ledger and let it sit in my closet, protected, until I completely forgot about it. And then I guess let's go back to just about a year and a half ago. A friend of mine burnt a Banksy, sold it as a digital NFT. The conversation was started. I bought VFriends. It's an addiction. I am up late night trading lollipops with people in Japan. I do.
All right, and then Brenda, let me introduce you real quick. So Brenda is also known as Crypto Mom, and she is an NFT and DeFi consultant with over 15 years of experience in traditional banking. She founded Gentry Media Productions and is now the new owner of BundleBets.com, a crypto sports betting platform. So Brenda, I asked the other panelists how they got started in crypto and blockchain.
You want the long version or the short version?
Let's do a brief version.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I sent my daughter. Oh, by the way, I born and raised in Kenya, moved to the U.S. Because my husband's military, and was military, and stationed in Kansas. And I told my daughter, I need you to be good in the STEM classes because I want you to study something related to tech. And she went to UT Austin for computer science, and she didn't like it. And she said, hey, Mom, I found something better. It's called blockchain technology. And I say, go back to college and study computer science. I don't care about whatever else you found out. I want you to get computer science degree. Long story short, she said, no, Mom. And she finally got so deep into the technology, like she was eating, sleeping, and breathing blockchain technology. She was like, Mom, you're going to lose your job at the bank. You better start learning about it. And I'm like, okay, well, she's serious about this, so I can't even kick her out of the house. I got to make sure that this girl has a roof under her head so she can tell me all about blockchain technology. So that's how I got involved, because my daughter was so passionate about it.
Okay, yeah, sometimes us children know what we're talking about.
Oh, that's so nice. I love it. And now we're like all friends on social media. Isn't that
I know,
funny?
right?
You're totally responsible for so much of what's happening on this panel today.
So, Brenda, how would you explain the differences between traditional finance and DeFi, decentralized finance?
That's a good one. So I spent about 15, it's 16, last year was 16 years in traditional banking. When I started banking, even before I started banking, so I grew up in Kenya, and my family is in Kenya and was in Kenya until they moved to the UK about 10 years ago. I was sending money to them. It would take 7 days to get to them. And that's probably like in the 2000s. In the 90s, I would send money to them. It would take 2 weeks. And then the mailman would figure out how to get my, like when I used to like early, mid 90s, when I send money to my parents, the mailman figured out, oh, she puts money in an envelope. So some money never got to them.
Right.
And I was like, I got to get in banking and figure out how I can get money to my parents faster. And when I did, I started, I got in the bank from, ground level, and I worked my way up. And I knew that the system was so outdated. Everything about traditional finance is since the early 1900s. It needs a total overhaul. I mean, the systems needed upgrading. And when my daughter told me about blockchain technology, I was like, well, how can I send money to grandpa without using a bank? Like, that's how I thought. I was thinking, is there another way I can do this without a middleman? And she said, Mom, we're going to set up grandpa with a wallet, and all you have to do is send Ethereum, and grandpa can then put it in. I said, no, it can't be that easy. I was like, wait, what? So I've been taking all this time doing all this, and some genius somewhere has, you know, I know you, I love to talk. I need to cut it short. But anyway, yeah, so that, for me, it was day and night. Being the custodian of my own money, having to, you know, I decide what I'm going to do with my money. The bank, the money that I put in the bank is not my money. It belongs to the bank. You all saw 2020 when happened. Right. We were all running to get our money, and the most you could get was 10K. Like, I'm like, I need more than that because I want to buy Bitcoin. And they're like, no, we can't all take money out. So that's the difference to me, in my way.
Okay. And Julie, what about you? I know you also made the switch to DeFi.
You know, I don't know that it's a complete, or, right? It's an and. For me, it's a way that we can reconnect again. It's just a simpler, faster way for me to get to artists that I want to support, friends that have businesses that accept it, or learn more about having families communicate with each other. So that's I won't go all in on anything except for really the in real life connections that I have with each one of us. That's what I go all in on. All this other stuff is just a highway to get there so we can connect more.
Okay. And of course, with these DeFi applications and blockchain, there's also risks involved. So Adam, can you speak to what some of those risks that your company is mitigating for if blockchain is supposedly so secure?
Right. Well, it goes right back to what we just said. The whole reason we're doing this is for connections and trust and building relationships. And because we're all amazing human beings who have super big hearts and we're very, very trusting, that means we're also really, really vulnerable to being manipulated by cyber criminals or be manipulated through technology. So the underlying technology of how all this stuff works and as it's continuously being developed is super exciting. But if we don't pay attention to the human side of it, of the human-based security, then what we're doing is we're going to make a whole bunch of money and we're going to have a whole bunch of connections, and then people are going to be taken advantage of. And that is where the risk is coming from a security point of view, is social engineering of people who are doing well inside of this space.
Okay. And being here at South by Southwest, we've seen a lot of billboards and marketing promotions for blockchain companies, crypto companies, and NFTs in particular. What do you guys think about that? Like, how do we handle the hype and really discern what the utility behind all of this technology? Anybody can take it.
You really bring up a good point. I think what we have to do on our daily basis is root in our value system. My value system is kindergarten rules. Your word's your bond, and social currency is worth more than any amount of money. And as a community, when we feel that and we see a marketing message, we can say, am I going to look up that NFT because it looks interesting to me, and you go check it out because it intrigued you. But because you're part of community, you might now have a bit more of a sensitive palate and say, you know, something about that just doesn't look right. Or I don't know, I want the people who are part of this to be doxxed. I want to see who's behind this. I want to see what communities they're part of or charities they give back to, or what's their mission statement. These are things that when you go on the playground and I meet you, you know that that's already where I'm coming from. It's a visceral feeling. So when we see these advertising, I look at it, again, it's an and. That person who made that advertising on that billboard is going to feed some families. The person who put that up and put it on the screen, he or she was someone who built that. Now they can actually maybe pay a bill at their home. So we all have to be sensitive and educated consumers and decide, does the NFT non-fungible ecosystem satisfy something inside me that I know I can give back? I like the Web3, I like the intellectual property portion of it, and I like supporting artists and entities that do what I do in my heart. So I'm going to do my own research. I'm going to look at that billboard. I'm a look something shiny kind of girl. If you got my attention, I'm going to check you out. If you make it easy for me, QR code, because I've sat in traffic, I'm going to do it. So for me, I want low-hanging, juicy fruit. I'll take that NFT billboard.
Awesome. I love that. I would say, for me, I love to educate. So when I see the marketing and I see the hype, and the market will keep the people who are here for the right reasons. Like right now, if you're here for the right reason, you're doing your research, you're educating people. I know that minorities and women, the underrepresented need to get access to this technology. If I'm the only one, gaining from it, it doesn't do me any justice. So when I see people marketing, I want to tell people, hey, this is a good project or this is a good deal, but I want you to get educated fast, because you can run into a scam, you can run into a rug pull. And, I've never run into that, but thank God, because I took time, or my banking side has taught me. Now, when I go into the DeFi side, I have to do my due diligence. I have to make sure the team is, legit. And most people just come in and they're like, oh, I'm ready to give you, like someone just lost $6,500 because they thought they were talking to me. Yeah. Like when she told me, are you crypto mom I just sent $6,500 to? I'm like, why did you? I was like, no, that wasn't me. They have fake crypto moms on Twitter, like 7 of them. And why are you sending me money to help you trade anyway? Like, if it was, why would you do that? Like, do your due diligence. There are people out there ready to take your money and steal it and then act like they're here to help you. So first of all, if you're coming to me and you want to learn, I'm going to tell you, first of all, you go back and find out why you are sending money on the internet to people you've never met, So, yeah, I can go in on all of that.
Well, okay, no, now that we're on that, unfortunately, that does happen a lot. Yeah. Our accounts either get hacked or we believe we're sending money to someone that isn't who they're saying. And also NFTs get stolen and hacked. So maybe, Adam, you can speak a little bit about cybercrime and maybe the psychology around that.
Well, yeah, so it's absolutely the perfect market for cybercrime because the technology is non-intuitive to the early stage adopter. So the first person trying to get involved into DeFi, into blockchain and Bitcoin, all the things, all the cryptos, they have such a steep learning curve. Mm-hmm. And in that learning curve right here is absolute prime for a guide to come in and help them along. And so this is what the cyber criminals are doing. They are impersonating trusted resources. They're offering advice, and they are being listened to by people who haven't crossed over that threshold from beginner to proficient. And it's a cyber crime market at this point. It's one of the fastest growing industries it is the fastest growing industry on the planet, cybercrime. And it is being fueled by social manipulation and the growth of crypto, DeFi, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about NFTs now. So I wanted to go to Julie, who will organize NFT Miami coming up in a couple weeks, right? So can you tell us what we can expect this year at NFT Miami?
That's a good one. There's so many, there's just, I guess it depends on where your fun is, right? There's a whole lot of education going to go on. There's some amazing speakers. We have over 200 speakers. I am super proud of the cross-section of speakers that we have. We have a large majority of women. I would like to say I hope I reach the threshold of at least half women, so we don't even have to talk about the gender portion of equality anymore. We've got older, we've got younger. We have a whole kids panel. We have a whole folks coming out of retirement. We have families coming. It's a combination between an NFT conference and Comic-Con, some fun activations. You really will get a chance to reach community. A lot of our sponsors have dug deep into the community and sponsored schools to be able to come so families can learn. Mayor Suarez had dubbed April Miami Tech Month and put Miami NFT Week at the beginning of that so we can teach the community how to fish.
Great.
Love that, how to fish.
How to fish, okay. So, well, you also brought up the point about including women and having a large group of women. So maybe Brenda, you can speak to that because I know that's also very important to you in your line of work.
Yes, ma'am. I will definitely love to speak about it. So, for me, what I've noticed is people are relating more to people that look like them. So a lot of people that reach out to me are moms, and they're like, why did you leave your job at the bank? And if that's good, then I want in too. So I've realized any being in the bank made me realize that people are living paycheck to paycheck. It doesn't matter who it is. It's a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck. Women are the most. They're the ones that kind of no, not kind. We move the economy. In a household, we move the economy. So if someone tells you about a product, the first person I want to do is tell the moms down the street, hey, can you guys get together so we can go buy this product? And trust me, they'll sell it out. That's just organic marketing on its own. So for me, what I realize is the more women I tell about this, we were left behind in the tech in the early 90s with the boom of the tech boom. And not too many women are here in tech in this crypto world. When I got in 2020, when my daughter got me in, I did not see anybody that looked like me. My daughter was like, Mom, you can't be a mom on Telegram. You can't tell those crypto bros. Yeah, you can't tell those crypto bros not to cuss. I'm like, but they're using vulgar language all the time. Because I'm a mom. I can't hear all that. So, so I was like, I'm just going to be a mom. I'm not going to put on an avatar face. I'm just going to be me, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm the community manager. And funny enough, the founders liked me, and they're like, yeah, we'll make you the community manager. Clean up some of this mess. So, yeah, I love, and now that I see more moms in the space, do you know how happy that makes me? More women in the space? Oh, my God. Let's all come in.
Do you guys have anything to add about just in general the crypto community and all the faces in the space?
Well, one of the things that I'm really, really interested in is encouraging women founders, women LPs investing, and funneling that into the crypto area through, of course, the cybersecurity lens from where I'm coming from. And it's just, I just see it moving so much faster than when we had in traditional IT. I don't know if you know this, lots of IT nerds are dudes, not a whole lot of, it's a thing that happened. Yeah, no, I know, I blew your mind. That's why you showed up. I got it. And it's really encouraging to see that this trend is slowing down. The fact that more and more people are getting involved, it's just so exciting.
Who has more security than your mom? She knew that you were going to do something before you even knew you were going to do that something. And she caught you. And if you were back in the day, you probably had something thrown at you or maybe a smack back in the day, although I'm not condoning that right now. But I would think that moms would be great.
I hear what you're saying.
Cyber,
I hear what you're saying.
All
right,
call it spies.
Yeah, let's put the call out. We're going to do a cyber warriors made of moms and crypto
love
cyber
it.
warrior.
Love it, yeah.
Yeah, does that URL taken? It is now. It's probably.
It's gone.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And so, what about if we go back a little bit to NFTs and it being a good? Do you guys think it's a good investment vehicle, or maybe a way to even bring more women into the space and include others who might be deterred from even researching Web3?
That's interesting. You can buy, obviously, in theory on anything, you want to buy low and sell high. So if you decide that you wanted to get into cryptocurrency because that was flipping your wig and you were paying attention to do your own research, I recommend for every one thing you learn that's positive about the space, learn one thing that you need to watch out for. Make it a balanced learning experience. But what's really important is that we really take the moment and recognize that we all have the opportunity to support each other in this. Right here in this room, each one of us has a different gift that we brought to the table. After this talk, make sure everyone connects with each other on socials, because I might need to call you up and say, I kind of heard this little thing that was going on that's a little shady, and what about that? And then I know within 1 or 2 clicks, you're going to give me that answer because the community's been built. So no matter what we talk about anywhere, make sure we're all connected because we all can give each other gifts. And I got so bedazzled by Dr. Love That I forgot the question.
Preach it. You're doing great. Keep talking about how awesome I am. Let's go.
No,
Sorry.
no, I just
Good investment. Good investment.
if it's a good investment,
Good
and
investment.
also if it's a way to just attract more people into the space.
Yes. Yeah. Because you think, to me, the reason I say yes is the reason it's a good investment is because it's yours. It's your project. I want to believe in you. If you were a musician and you had a guitar case that was open and you were busking, I would throw a 20 in. If you were a bartender and you were working an event and I knew that you were probably getting paid the same as everyone else, I'm going to throw down a nice big bill because I want that person to know I appreciate them. An NFT allows me to appreciate you as the artist, the creator, the curator, and I am hoping that the equity that's built in gives you the intellectual property back that you built into your smart contract. Is that for you, your children, your church, the charity you believe in? So I believe NFTs are a great investment if you pull from here like you would anything else.
That's a good one. I don't know how to follow that. Yeah, I've realized NFTs are bringing mainstream adoption because when I look at DeFi, it's so hard. So my youngest daughter, and she's over there, Imani, she was supposed to go to college 2020. And then she found out, oh, okay, so people are making more money from NFTs than going to college. She said, Mom, do I really have to go to college? And can I just tell everybody about NFTs and we just make good money from NFTs and educate people? And I say, well, let me see how you're going to do with it. And I mean, she's doing better than she would have been doing in college because she's she's determined. She wants to bring people her age to learn about NFTs. She will help you, get the wallet set up, make sure we do your due diligence, look into the right project. And I'm like, if she was in college, she'll probably be partying every weekend doing, and I'm footing the bill.
You would not be. I know you're not that kind of person. Just for, disclaimer.
Footing the bill too, So my thing is, young people are excited about this. We did traditional 9 to 5 and I was going to retire at 62. I didn't have a problem with that. But you tell a Gen Z you're going to retire at 62. No. They're going to look at you like, excuse me, I don't want to retire at 62. I'm going to do whatever it takes to retire early. So for them, NFTs is mainstream adoption. It's going to bring everybody.
Okay. Adam, what do you think?
I can't add a whole lot more to this except, if we're going to talk about our daughters, I should talk about mine. 13-year-old ukulele, distortion pedal, Paramore covers. She's a badass, and she's no idea how any of the technology works. And so the thing that is really interesting to me is that when she looks at an NFT as a art medium, and then I have an excuse to talk to my 13-year-old about money and about how economy works, and it's in her language. To me, that's beautiful. If you can help me have a better relationship with my daughter, then it's all worth it. Good job, NFTs.
This year around the holidays, it was a different holiday for my family for a lot of different reasons. And over the past few years, we would talk about things that were really polarizing and pulled us apart. Maybe it was religion or politics or the pandemic. And this year, we actually could talk about NFTs. And perhaps how insane I am and how interested they are. And now my mom and me will sit and watch episodes of Stoner Cats or Deadheads because she wants to know what's in episode 5 because I'm a blue chip holder. And she would like another NFT for the next holiday. She's already told me which one.
That's awesome.
My mom's 76. And we don't agree about anything, so,
Stoner Cats is the show that Mila Kunis produced, correct? Yes.
My mom says she's the original Stoner Cat.
Oh, wow.
The things you learn about your mom in her 70s, right?
I actually had to onboard grandma in Australia. She reached out and she's like, I saw you on Boss Beauties as advisor. I need to get my grandchildren into NFTs. And when we first spoke, she was like, can you walk me through? The call took about 3 hours, but it was so worthwhile because her whole family is now into NFTs. Wow. And she's on Twitter. You can check her out. She goes by Lynn, right? Lynn is now teaching people about NFTs. So that was worthwhile for me. I'm like, one grandma, I'll teach 3 hours, it's okay. But another 3 hours, probably not for anybody else. Okay. But she was so nice to me, but yeah.
Well, besides Lynn as an educational resource, what else would you guys recommend for someone who's looking to research NFTs and crypto and blockchain? What resources, what tools?
I'm glad you asked. My ebook's coming out this Friday. Is it shield time? Yeah,
Congratulations.
my ebook. Thank you. Yeah, so my ebook, and I know there's other, Cynthia, I think it's, sorry, I know why I'm calling Cynthia. Imani and Cynthia are also putting together some material to walk young people through in a fun way. Like, they're into gaming, so they are, you know, most people understand gaming better than just reading an ebook, because they're like, that ebook is okay, mom, but my generation might probably need something with something more gamified.
Yes.
So
Okay, we'll look out for that. Julie, Adam?
I think the best resource, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I go to Google. I check it out on Google. I go to Google. I check it out first. But truthfully, I think the best resource is the person sitting next to you. Get to know them. Find out what their magical gift is. We all have 1 or 10 somewhere in that scope. Some people have more, but we all have something. So your best resource is connecting with someone else, creating a tribe, and then knowing that you can go to that person or they can come to you when they have an ask or a need, because we are each other's support system here. I think that's the best resource.
Yeah, and I don't want to be contrary, but I think Bing has a lot to offer. No,
Of course.
What about DuckDuckGo? Isn't it more secure?
Totally go to Ask Jeeves. It's the best way.
That still exists?
No, I highly doubt it, but man, wouldn't that be cool? Somebody go find that out. Yeah, so from a security point of view, it's really becoming aware that you're having human interactions over technology. And they're generally nice people out there in the world who desperately want to help you. And also, there's sometimes that people will manipulate. And so just slow down. Just slow down. That's all I'm asking. Just ask a couple more interesting questions and give yourself a shot.
I like that. If you guys are in Miami, you can always come to Miami NFT Week. It's in 2 weeks. You can ask lots of questions. If you see me, wave hi. I'll be running. I'm not sure I'll be able to stop, and I will wave hi back for sure. But if you are in Miami, please come. It's going to be a great time, and you guys can meet new friends, ask a lot of questions. You might answer a few questions yourself.
Oh, I got a plug. Can I do one? Let's go.
Go for it.
One of our so Ansuz Capital invests in cybersecurity companies, and one of our cybersecurity companies is called Hook Security, and all it specializes is in human interactions. And now there's nothing for crypto right now, but I know that they're working on it, and I'm probably getting in trouble by even talking about their future plans. But it is one of the focuses of the entire company is how can we use these new technologies, Web 3.0, and still address the fact that amazing human beings are in there, and also we should be careful. So go check those guys out.
So is that some alpha we need to pay attention to? You just give us some good alpha, right?
You know, I might get myself in trouble by talking too much. My mom said to be quiet sometimes, so I'll just listen. I'll just stop.
All right. And then last question. What advice do you guys have for fellow South by Southwest attendees for the rest of the week? Things to look out for, things to do?
Keep away from the bourbon. there is such a thing as too much. I'm just throwing that out there. That's my advice.
All right, Julie.
After 36 years here, I've been
She's
here
an
since
OG South by goer.
OG
Since the beginning.
in the house. I can't be that old, but I am. Today's my birthday.
It is?
It is.
Oh,
It's
happy
Pi
birthday.
Day. It is. It's,
Wow.
That's why I'm wearing the Pi
Happy
shirt.
birthday.
Wow.
3.14, infinite number.
Happy
Thank you so
birthday.
much. You guys, this is exactly what South by is about.
Wow.
Find the moment. Grab a
Yes.
hold of it. It might be for a second. I love the love you just gave me. I'll take that. That's my South by 2022 from you guys. It's the best birthday gift. Thank you.
You're welcome. This year, I'm a mother, but the best advice that I give young people, just make sure you make it, you know, don't drive, don't drink, and be safe. Be safe. That's all.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here and speaking with us, and thank you all for coming and hearing us.
Oh, thanks for
Thank
being our
you
moderator.
for inviting
You
us.
did
And
great. Thank you.
You're great.
Of course.
Thank you.